This video is about burnout, specifically rideshare driving burnout. So on Friday, 2 days ago, I was driving around and I just felt this feeling of like regret and exhaustion and like, I don't want to do this. And it got me to thinking, what do I want to do? Do I want to keep driving or not? I was experiencing burnout. In this video, I'm going to share with you five questions you can ask yourself if you're feeling burnout. And these 5 questions will help to guide you and direct you towards the next step, which would either be retire or take a break, or maybe a middle ground. And stick around. At the end of the video, I'm going to share with you what I decided to do with my burnout. Hey everybody, it is Jay Crater with the RideShare Guy. And it's 12:20 p.m. on a Sunday. And let's jump right in. So by way of background, I've been feeling burnout. And it's remarkable that it took 28,073 rides for me to really feel burnout. But it finally hit after 7 years and 28,073 rides. Pretty remarkable. I just added them up, and as of today, that's my number. So what I'm going to do is we're going to cover 5 questions that I've been pondering over the weekend a lot, really trying to make some changes. And we're going to jump right in now with question number 1. Okay, question number 1. Am I feeling driver burnout? Okay, so burnout feels like, you want to quit. Burnout feels like you're tired, you're exhausted. In my case, when I feel it, I tend to kind of push through it. This will pass, or I don't need to change anything right now. But if you're feeling burnout, it's a sign. It's a sign telling your body and your spirit that something might need to be changed, okay? So it's just like this feeling of, I'm tired. I need to do something else. That's what burnout is. Question number 2, what do I want to achieve with my rideshare driving? So in my case, when I first started driving, it was all about the money, right? And I drove full-time in San Francisco, and I was making $2,000 to $2,500 a week. And I was taking like 6 to 8 weeks of vacation. So rideshare driving was meeting the requirement of helping me to make money. But now as I'm getting older and things are a little different in my life, there are other passions that are equally important. And one of them is my health, for sure. And the other one is continues to be travel. So you got to look at, what is it you really want to achieve? What's your bigger life goals? All right, because then we're going to go to the next question. Question number 3 is rideshare driving helping or hindering me from achieving my life goals? So initially, when I was driving full-time in San Francisco, it was helping me to achieve my goals. Now, it seems like it's not. Because when I drive, I'll speak about my health, after like a few hours, my left knee starts to hurt. Now, my dad had 2 knees replaced, so I don't want to go through getting a knee replaced. And I notice when I don't drive for 4 or 5 days, my knee feels pretty good. I can work out, I can get on the elliptical. I also get a pain in my right leg after about 3 hours. And I'm constantly moving my legs around, So in terms of my health, it's definitely not helping me to achieve that life goal. So you want to look at your life goals and see, is rideshare driving getting in the way of that, or is it helping you? Is it a catalyst for you to achieve your goals? Number 4, has rideshare driving become a distraction? Okay, so I want you. The way I think of a distraction is a good analogy is social media. So back in August, I realized that when I sat down to eat a meal, I was thinking about grabbing my phone and making a little story, an Instagram story. And virtually every time I would have a drink, I would go cheers and show that as a story. and I would be looking at other people's stuff, on TikTok and Instagram and Facebook. And in August, I said to myself, I got to stop this. I don't even feel like I'm living. I'm constantly thinking about this social media stuff. So it was a distraction. It was taking a lot of time away, time where I would rather be focused on my meal, focused on the person across from me. So I just lopped those off, right? I deactivated my Instagram account. I got rid of TikTok, and now I just have Facebook. So that's what I mean by a distraction. For me with rideshare driving, it's something I very much enjoy, right? It's immediate gratification. I get in, passengers are talking, we're having a good time, I'm making some money, I get to be out on the road, see things, see sights. But is it just a distraction for something else that you know in your heart you should be doing? That's a really important question. Number 5, and this is the big one, is it time to take a break or time to retire? Okay, so it's a really difficult choice to retire. Anything that you want. Like I said about social media, it's hard, When I quit smoking, very difficult. If I were to quit rideshare driving, it'd be very difficult. There'd be this big gap, right? That this thing I've been doing for 7 years has filled. And that's hard because then I'm going into what I call the unknown, right? The great cosmic void. and I don't know, how that's going to look. So that's a tough choice to make. The other one is just to say, hey, I'm going to take a break, take a break, put it on hold and come back to it later. Okay. So if you feel like you really want to keep driving, and you just have burnout, that would be the thing to do. But if you really know in your heart of hearts that you should be doing something else, then that would be a time for you to retire. Middle ground. Okay. So there is a place in between taking a break and retiring, which I call the middle ground. So I was all set to retire until today. I talked to my ex-wife of all people, who's still a dear friend, and we share a daughter. So I told her I was planning to, just stop driving altogether. And she said, well, why would you do that? You love it. You enjoy it so much. And I said, well, on Friday, there's other things I need to be doing. And Sundays, I need to kind of rest and recuperate and not do anything. She said, well, why don't you just drive on Saturdays if you want to? Well, that just is very logical. That makes a whole lot of sense. So that's my plan. No Fridays, no Sundays, Saturday. If I want to go out and drive, I can go out and drive. And if I don't, I don't. So that's where I ended up. That's the middle ground. It still is very uncomfortable to give up my Fridays and my Sunday driving. But that's what I got to do because I've got these other passions that I got to move on. I've got a new business idea, and I just got to move forward with that because I know that's where I need to go next. So today was my last weekend of driving. And what I'm going to do now is just share some images, some sights and sounds from today. There's a tree there. See that? It's blocking the whole road. Well, I'm about 2 hours in. I've done 6 rides. This ride's going to cancel, so it'll stay at 6. I'm going to do about 15 today. It's exactly, it's almost like New Year's Eve. I've had some road closures. I haven't seen any accidents. A lot of trees and branches on the road. But it's not raining, so it's actually much better than New Year's Eve. Beautiful sky. So it can be raining super, super hard, and then there's some blue sky and you can see the moon. Wild. Key takeaways. It's really, life changes are really very difficult and challenging. They're scary, they're exhilarating, and burnout is a sign that something really probably needs to change, right? And I felt burnout many times, driving, but I always just pushed through it and it always seemed to work out. But this time feels different. This time feels like there's a transformation happening. And these questions if you follow, the logic of the 5 questions, you'll get to a place where it's either really clear to retire, take a break, or just rework your schedule so that it still helps you achieve your bigger life's goals. And that was the whole purpose of this video. No more Fridays, no more Sundays, and let's see where life takes me. I want to say thank you very much for watching the video. If you liked it, give it a like. If you haven't subscribed yet to this YouTube channel, go ahead and subscribe. New content virtually, 5, 6, 7 times a week. I mean, we just put out a lot of great content to help you become a better driver, a driver who makes more money in less time. This is Jay Crater with the RideShare Guy. Take care of yourself. Be safe out there. Bye for now.